What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Destroy coming at you with our video over wide receivers. Only one 8K receiver this week, and that's going to be Michael Thomas with Drew Brees. Drew Brees back. Sorry about that. At home against Atlanta. Probably one of the safest bets that you can have this week is Michael Thomas. He is 83, which is extremely high, and with some of the great running back plays, it's going to be pretty hard to afford all these guys. But Michael Thomas is probably one of these, like I said, safest options for cash this week, playing against Atlanta's terrible pass defense. They're at home, and Drew Brees is back. So Michael Thomas, will love him. Tyreek Hill, most expensive 7K wide receiver this week. I don't really like this week. If Patrick Mahomes plays, then yes, I like Tyreek Hill. If it's Matt Moore, I do not against Tennessee's defense. Tennessee's going to be home. Their defense is really, really good. No one can cover Tyreek Hill, but Logan Ryan is a guy that will shut down receivers. And I just don't really like that matchup if Matt Moore's in. Like I said, if Patrick Mahomes is in, then completely changes everything, and Tyreek Hill becomes a really good play. Mike Evans, Godwin will go over both of them right now, 7-6, 7-4. Mike Evans is the clear superstar for that wide receiver group. You look at his numbers the last 3 weeks. He's put up 2 40-point games and one with 39. And then we're going to look at Godwin. And he's 1 game with 40 and 3 with 20 plus. The other with a couple 10. In all honesty, whoever is not going against Patrick Peterson, I like here. If you have to pay up for Mike Evans, then do so. If you could pay $200 left for Godwin, do so. That Arizona-Tampa Bay should be a back and forth game. Both defenses are terrible, but it might turn into one of those games to where both the offenses just can't do anything. Julio Jones playing against New Orleans. If Matt Ryan is in, Julio Jones, Mike Evans, Julio Jones, Michael Thomas, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, that'll be a really good game. Julio is definitely going to be the number one lock. If Vladimir's on him, it's Julio Jones. It's still hard to ever fade him. Just 7,500. Michael Thomas, definitely better matchup. Plus you have Cooper Kupp and Godwin right behind. So yeah, if Matt Ryan plays, then it becomes viable. If not as much. Cooper Kupp, 7,300, being the most expensive Rams receiver. With Brandon Cooks out, Cooper Kupp is definitely, his volume goes up just a little bit more. And they're playing against Pittsburgh. They're going to have to play good against Pittsburgh's defense, who's looked pretty decent lately. Cooper Kupp, number 1 receiver for that team. Also puts up huge numbers. We've seen him have a couple bad weeks. Week 7, that was just a weird week. But week 6, that San Francisco's defense was just way too good. But he's still Cooper Kupp. He's Jared Goff's number 1 receiver. Pittsburgh has a really good run defense, and I just see them passing the ball a lot. Cooper Kupp, definitely one of my favorite plays this week. Kenny Galladay, not one of my favorite plays against the Bears. If you're going to play Detroit receiver this week, I would pick Galladay over Marvin Jones Jr., even though Marvin Jones Jr. has had some huge weeks. Galladay is that number 1 receiver, and they're going to need him to play against the Bears. The game should be close. And Galladay is going to have to step up and be the number 1 receiver in order for them to beat the Bears, especially in the pass game. Devontae Adams, if he is in, I like him against Carolina. If he's out, I don't really like any Green Bay wide receivers against Carolina this week. They're going to be home. Someone does have to catch the ball for Green Bay. It's just Carolina's defense is a little 50-50 on how they're going to play. They're going to play really good or really bad. So I just don't want to take that risk. T.Y. Hilton, even if he is in, he's not going to be, but if he is, I just don't like it. He's just been too banged up for me to play him. Allen Robinson, I like it if Trubisky can throw the ball. You look at the numbers, besides last week, Allen Robinson only had 1 game below 10, 3 games above 20. His price is 6,300, not a bad price. And he's the #1 receiver for the Bears. So if Bears are going to win, Allen Robinson has to produce. Marvin Jones Jr., like I said, I'd just go Galladay. Odell Beckham Jr., guess what? They're playing Buffalo. They're going to be home. His price is 6,100. 61. He started off the year at 81. He's $2,000 cheap for arguably one of the best receivers in the league. Not statistically this year at all, but he's due for a game. They're playing Buffalo, really good defense, but 6,100 for Odell is like a dream come true. So definitely playing him in a lot. AJ Green might be back this week. If he is, I'm playing some AJ Green. If he's out, maybe you go Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd's really cheap this week, but I just don't trust Tyler Boyd as much. John Brown playing Cleveland. I don't like Buffalo's offense against Cleveland this week. Cleveland's home, and Cleveland has a good defense, and Josh Allen is a turnover machine, making John Brown, Singletary, and the rest of that Buffalo offense slack a lot. Golden Tate, 5,900 against the Jets. Sure, let's do it. Golden Tate playing the Jets. They're basically home. This is not an away game. This is a home game for both teams. Golden Tate, I honestly love his price point, 5,900. Really good option. Like the name that starts, that just pops out for me for expensive 5K receivers. Golden Tate right below him, Juju Smith. Juju Smith is 5'8". He's been cheaper 1 game, and that was against the Chargers at 5'6". He hasn't done anything, but guess what? It's Juju Smith. They are playing the Rams. I have to see who Jalen Ramsey is on. But 5,800 for that big of a name is crazy. Robert Woods, if you want to play Robert Woods, go for it. I'd rather play Cooper Kupp. Larry Fitzgerald, if Christian Kirk's in, I love Larry Fitzgerald. Christian Kirk got banged up, played last week. You look at Larry Fitzgerald, his numbers have slacked. Look at the first 3 weeks. That's what I want to look at. They're playing a terrible defense, but Christian Kirk was in all those games, and Larry Fitzgerald did good. So, like that. Calvin Ridley. Matt Ryan plays. Yes, Calvin Ridley. Matt Ryan doesn't. Same as Julio. No, Calvin Ridley. Pascal. Yeah. 5,300. He went up for a reason. They're playing Miami this week. T.Y. Hilton is, like I said, more than likely going to be out. If T.Y. Hilton is 100% out, I love Pascal here against a terrible Miami defense. DJ Moore. I never really have interest in any Carolina receivers this year. It's just so hard to pick any of them. Christian Kirk. Maybe. We have to hear of how healthy he is. He's been back the last 2 weeks, but they have been banged up. And if David Johnson doesn't play, I definitely like Christian Kirk here. Tampa Bay has a really good rush defense, so they're going to have to throw the ball. We've seen Kyler Murray throw over 40 times, multiple times, so really good price point there for him. Marquise Brown against Cincinnati. Yeah, let's just go look. So he hasn't played in 4 weeks before playing New England. Had a really good game. They're playing Cincinnati. I can honestly see Marquise Brown having a repeat of week 1 against this terrible defense. Definitely like Lamar Jackson, Ingram, and Marquise Brown. Really good stack there. Sammy Watkins. No. I'd rather go Tyreek Hill. If you go any Kansas City receivers, Tyreek Hill. Jamison Crowder here against the Giants. Yeah. I can honestly see. You look at his targets last week, it kind of reminds you of week 1 against Buffalo. Giants defense is terrible. Crowder is obviously their #1 receiver for 5,000. Really good price point. Love it there. Shepard, questionable. I'd go Tate, then Shepard. Jarvis Landry, not a bad play here either. Had a decent week last week. It's just Odell is way too cheap, and you can't honestly play 2 Cleveland receivers. It's just too much to ask for. Devontae Parker playing against the Colts. Colts have a really good defense. I can't see Miami doing what they've done recently and getting those touchdowns. Amendola against the Bears, 4,700. Yeah, he's a slot receiver. 4,700 is a really good price point for him. had a bad week last week after really high hopes from a lot of people, me included. But they're playing the Bears. Bears have a terrible slot corner. So could honestly see Amendola get a lot of points this week. Tyler Boyd, it's just his price 4,700 for a guy that we've seen get 20-point games twice this season. For him to be the cheapest he's been, he started off at 5'8", went to 6'5" multiple times. It's down to 4,700. If AJ Green's not in, yes, Tyler Boyd. It's the price. The price gets me. Robbie Anderson, I just go Crowder just for the receptions. Samuel is questionable. Williams is out. That's why I like Parker a little more, but they're playing the Colts. Valdez-Scantling, maybe. Corey Davis, I believe, is going to be out, so not that much interest. A.J. Brown against Kansas City, sure. If Corey Davis is out, definitely playing A.J. Brown. Kansas City's pass defense improved. I like Derrick Henry in this matchup a lot, but somebody has to catch the ball for Tennessee, and it's either going to be A.J. Brown or Beasley. And where's Beasley at? Oh, Cole Beasley. Oh my God, I'm thinking of Humphreys. I'm sorry. Humphreys at 3,500. Definitely a guy who is going to see a bump in receptions this week if they're playing Kansas City. Kansas City's a very fast-paced offense. If Patrick Mahomes plays, then I have a lot more interest in Tennessee receivers. Other than that, there's not a lot of other interest here for me. A lot of guys are second, third, and depending on injuries to talk about. So that's it this week for receiver guys. Hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe for more content, and follow us on Twitter at Astrodfs. Thank you guys for watching.